Okay, this video is already going to be long enough, so I'm going to try to make this quick. When I say instructional VHS, I'm referring to a tape that instructs you or teaches you to do something. This could also be referring to a tape for young children in the style of a PSA, which will be very apparent when they show up. Anyway, so I'm Sonic Lover, there's 27 entries to go over, and this is the instructional VHS tape iceberg. Tier 1, the tip of the iceberg. Yu-On-Kazoo. Ah yes, the first and most popular of all these VHS tapes. Yu-On-Kazoo is a tape from 1989. The tape follows Brett and him meeting a lot of new people, and the thing that makes them want to hang out with him being him having a kazoo. He then decides that the viewer is a special friend and it contains multiple activities to follow along to. The tape itself was produced by Lights Camera Interaction, which is now known as the popular toy company Melissa & Doug. The tape itself is quite low budget, but it is still a very funny time. Memes that have scores from this are "You Are My Special Friend,"
"You're my special friend,"
"Wait a minute, who are you?"
"Wait a minute, who are you?"
And "I like to have fun.
And when I'm with friends, I like to have fun.
Yo-Yo Man. Yo-Yo Man is a tape from 1988 created by the Smothers Brothers. The Smothers Brothers being a popular comedy duo from the 60s. The tape goes over the history of Yo, the state of Yo safety, tricks, etc. The tape features some small bits from a live performance, but that's about all it has to offer. This tape is actually pretty high on the budget side, but that did not stop it from being absolutely hilarious. The meme that came from this is "He just kept on yoing."
"I want to be a yo-yo man," he cried. "Make me a yo-yo man." But the yo-yo master did not answer. He just kept on yoing.
A Kid's Guide to Stranger Dangers. Here it is, the first of 4 Stranger Danger videos on this iceberg. A Kid's Guide from Stranger Dangers follows Horny, America's favorite alien exchange student, as he learns what to do when a stranger approaches him. The video tries to make it goofy and fun, even playing happy music when Corny is thrown into the back of a truck. Luckily though, he has a zapper that sends him somewhere random whenever he's in trouble. At the end of the video, he forgets the zapper, gets kidnapped, screams, and gets saved. The video itself falls into the PSA space, but it gives no real tips if you ask me. The Kid's Guide to the Internet. The Kid's Guide to the Internet is a video about how to safely use the internet. It follows the Jameson family showing their friends Andrew and Lisa the basics of the internet. The video talks about how you can surf the web, how to connect to the internet, how to write an email to the president, just basic things. The biggest meme from this tape is the intro song, which I will play like I have all the memes.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Tier 2, Below the Surface. Wendy's Grill Skills. Here it is, the first fast food training video on this iceberg, and definitely the highest budget one. Wendy's Grill Skills is a tape that shows you how to work the grill at Wendy's. The tape itself utilizes CGI technology and has some pretty okay video editing. What it's infamous for, though, is this clip.
What the? You're about to learn some grill skills. So let's get busy now. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, so the tape follows a guy learning to work at Wendy's himself, and him getting pulled into a TV where a man raps teaching him how to do it. This tape, as I stated, is the highest budget these training tapes will get, with Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, even making a little cameo. Don't Call Me Names. Don't Call Me Names is a tape from 2000 made by United Learning. The tape features multiple different kids, including Caleb, Janet, Taylor, Lisa, and more. It talks about why not to call people names, why you shouldn't call people names, how to stand up for yourself, and how to pretend not to hear.
Doc, what can you do then? Well, that's what happened to Hector. Hector was...
This is a slightly higher budget tape, but it's still pretty cheap and easy to play and laugh at. Stranger Smart. Stranger Smart is the second Stranger Danger video on this iceberg, and has probably an equal budget to the previous one, but they blew it all on the cameo. The video literally has Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is an MDA Hall of Famer. It's not hosted by him though, instead it's hosted by Street Smart Sam and Officer DeBry. It also states at the start of the tape that if the person has a weapon, none of these tactics will help, which raises the question, do I just get kidnapped if I'm held at gunpoint? What this tape is most famous for, though, is its identifying strangers segment. It shows various traps that strangers use and what to do in these situations, and it shows the most realistic depiction of what they consider a stranger in these videos.
Hi, you're sure a cute kid. You know, I'm a professional photographer. Why don't you come on, hop in the car, I'll take your picture.
If someone wants to take your picture, say no and tell your parents.
Other than that, this is probably the funniest Stranger Danger video overall on here. Chuck E. Cheese training. There are multiple Chuck E. Cheese training videos, all of which are very strange. These include costume care, how to act in costume, how to sell, how to recycle pizza. One of the most infamous clips from these tapes is the cooking instructions with Pasquale, where someone in a Pasquale costume walks around the kitchen and teaches the viewers how to prepare, cook, and top pizza. Your cat wants a massage. Your cat wants a massage is a video that shows that your cat wants a massage that will bring on power purring and mega meow moments. I'm not making that up either, the video actually says that. It shows you when to cat massage, what it's like when a cat approaches you for a massage, and how Simon and Garfunkel represents how to cat massage. There's also a cat massage book made by the same people who made this tape, which, trust me when I say this, I will hunt down and find that book someday. I cannot find a full upload, but instead an upload from Found Footage Fest, which, trust me, you will hear their names a lot in this video. They unfortunately don't post full VHS tapes, so that means that some of their entries on this iceberg will be pretty short. Tier 3. Shallow Waters. Super Duper Supermarket. Super Duper Supermarket was made by popular grocery store chain Piggly Wiggly to teach kids about nutrition. It's obviously ripping off the style of Barney, and even if you never watched Barney, it is still very, very clear. Due to it being made by a chain store, it has a pretty high budget from what is shown. It has 6 different songs detailing different layers of the food pyramid, including fruit, vegetables, grain, dairy, meat, and frozen food. Now, you're probably thinking, frozen food is on the food pyramid, why is it there? And to that I say it's because they need to make the video longer, so they just put it there, because why not? This tape also features multiple failed takes as the takes they went with, which you can tell which of them are. Football, a Woman's Guide. Football, a Woman's Guide is a tape that's goal is to teach women specifically how football works with the help of shopping malls. Here's how they describe it.
Imagine throwing a package from Macy's to Sears and having your friend catch it. Now imagine while you're trying to throw the goods, the 11 biggest, strongest shoppers in the mall are charging at you, determined to bring you down. Let's say you're the X's and the other team is the O's. We'll call you the Kisses and the other guys the Hugs. You can run the ball, or pass the ball, or both to get your 10 yards.
Sadly, there is only a Found Footage Fest upload, so I can only find 1.5 minutes of this tape online, which sucks. I would love to see a full rip of this thing. It's Just Good Manners. It's Just Good Manners is a tape that teaches good manners, obviously. It's hosted by Eddie Cat, who makes it really clear his last name is Cat, because he does not shut up with the cat-related puns ever.
Huge mess. A catastrophe, if you know what I mean. They are really catchy. What do you say we catalog what we've just learned?
It's pretty much just clips with him popping in every once in a while to commentate on what they're doing right and wrong. It also raises the question for me, what is the Furniture Channel?
After me. Look, here's the Furniture Channel.
Eco You and Simon 2 plus Jumper. Well, this is the first of 4 entries that has a history to it, so I'll just try to keep this brief and explain it as fast as possible. On July 9, 2024, a user named Jupiter made a post onto the Lost Media Wiki forums detailing a show they recall watching in their childhood, but could not find any information on. They posted a mock-up and recalled the show being called Jumper. People started looking for anything that could be similar or related, and that's when a user named LSupersonic stumbled across a VHS named Eco U and Simon 2, which was later confirmed to be related to Jumper. He reached out to the seller and found out they actually had a Jumper tape from when they used to work at the production company. So they bought Jumper, dumped it, and the rest is history. I'm grouping the two together because they're both pretty much the same, and they even reuse some segments from each other. Eco has a slightly higher budget, and if you compare the two, that is very, very clear. The videos are in the style of Yu on Kazoo in a way, but instead of multiple kids, it's an animal puppet and a grown man. Fun. Stranger Danger. Stranger Danger, which I might add has the most creative name out of all of these videos, is a tape that was made by the Mesquite Independent School District in 1996. The video utilizes puppets for a lot of it and has the worst puppetry I've ever seen. If you look around in the shots, you can sometimes very clearly see the puppeteers controlling the puppets. It also has the worst music segments out of any of the videos I watched for this video. It shows kids petting animals while singing a song about stranger danger instead of, oh, I don't know, a sequence showing what to do if a stranger approaches you? Nintendo customer service training. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. Nintendo actually has a few training videos, but this is for sure the most infamous of them. This is yet another pretty high budget one due to it being made by a multi-million-dollar corporation, and even having a cameo from Jeffrey Jones. The video itself is actually kind of fun, with it being played out as kind of a little skit, and even cracking a few actually funny jokes. If you haven't seen this one yet, I recommend you go give it a watch. It was made back when Nintendo was still fun and not overpricing consoles and defending themselves for it. Ring along, sing along. Welcome to story 2 of 4. It all started in a Reddit AMA with Brett Ambler, who's Brett in the Special Friends videos. Someone asked if there was any other videos, and he said, there are actually 3 videos out there. The last one was called Ring Along, Sing Along, and came with a pair of jingle bells. I don't remember much of that one, but it's out there somewhere. After that, people were on the hunt. The second video, which I'll cover later, had been uploaded already, but Ring Along, Sing Along was a bit harder to find. People searched online, they searched thrift stores, and even reached out to a few public libraries that claimed to have it, but when they reached out, one of them responded saying that all copies were lost. But then, out of nowhere in 2018, a random account uploaded the entire thing. It was later revealed to be one of the kids in the video. This is the best of the videos quality-wise, but it is still pretty low budget. This video also includes what I consider to be the best songs across any of these videos. It might just be me, but some of these songs actually get stuck in my head. It's tied with Super Duper Supermarket, really. Broken Toy. Fair warning before I start this one. This tape is a little graphic. If you want to skip that, skip to the timestamp on screen. Otherwise, let's do this. Broken Toy is an anti-bullying VHS made by the National Center of Youth Issues that follows Raymond Thomas. He is bullied by everyone in his school, but the 2 biggest bullies are Troy Matthews and Michael Myers. I'm not making that up. That's actually the name of a kid in the video. Already, this is very promising. Now, why did I put a warning at the start of this entry? Well, in the video, when they're pushing Raymond around, they push him into oncoming traffic and he gets hit by a car. And no, this isn't like some stupid thing that was made for a creepypasta. This thing is actually a tape that was also released on DVD. This is not some made-up thing that I just found on Creepypasta Wiki. And this is putting it lightly. In the full version of the video, it gets a lot more detailed, and it's actually kind of gross. I'm also going to attempt something here. While this tape has been uploaded in full, there are multiple other videos by the NCYA that aren't being made anymore and are only available through previews on their channel. So, by the very, very low chance that any Lost Media people are watching this, feel free to search for them. Or don't, I'm not the boss of you. Tier 4, The Abyss. Let's sing along. Here it is, the final Kazoo Kid video of this iceberg. Let's Sing Along is the second Special Friends video, and it involves Brett doing a show in front of a crowd of kids that were all involved in the video. This time around, the video would come with a plastic microphone to sing along with Brett. The funniest thing about this video, in my opinion though, is some of the kids in the crowd, because some of them are doing anything but singing along. Concept unification. Thought we were done with Chuck E. Cheese? Nah, not yet. So, not only is this story 3 of 4, but it's actually the only tape here that actually gives me the creeps. I'll explain after the story. So back in the 80s, Showbiz Pizza was going through a transition to turn all the animatronics there into Chuck E. Cheese characters in a process called concept unification. I'm not going to go over it here because I don't think this video needs to be an extra hour long, but if you're interested in this, go watch the video, The Death of an Animatronic Concept Unification. It's really good, it explains this all very clearly. I recommend you go give it a watch, even if you aren't into this. Anyway, they made a tape that showcased how to go about doing this, and it's terrifying. It plays oddly melancholy and sad music while showing characters being disassembled. It's honestly creepy to me. How to Be a Real Man. How to Be a Real Man is yet another Found Footage Fest tape. It follows Joe Simmons, an average teenager who went through the ultimate transformation, which turned him into a real man who can fight real good and throw CDs into walls. Unfortunately, though, this one is also pretty short, only having a minute up on their channel, so... Be Cool About Fire Safety. Be Cool About Fire Safety is a tape that was made by Allstate in 1996. And you know what that means? Yep, it's another high-budget tape with Gilbert Gottfried as a puppet fire alarm. Speaking of puppets, the puppets are actually a little scary to me, and I'm not even scared of puppets. It talks about how fires start, why not to play with matches, how to change smoke alarm batteries, you know, just the basics of fire safety. And yes, Gilbert Gottfried is actually in this video. It also has Little Richard singing a song about how to escape fire and stop, drop, and roll, and let me tell you, this song is actually a banger.
You gotta have an escape plan, and you be a step ahead. Be cool about fire safety.
Chair dancing. Chair dancing is a VHS that teaches you how to dance the beat without leaving your seat. It was made by Jody Solivo, who has dedicated her life into making a company that produces chair dancing videos. She gives classes, posts videos about it regularly, and you can even buy this tape on DVD still in high definition. There are actually multiple different videos made by her on VHS and DVD, but I'm highlighting the original one because that's the one I have. It has dances like the chair cha-cha, the chair tap dance, and chair jumping jacks. If you want this DVD now, you have to pay $20, and this isn't even including shipping. And if this one doesn't do for you, maybe try 5 of the other ones. Pizza Hut training. Here we are, the final training video. And what a way to go out. Pizza Hut's training video is the lowest budget out of any of these training videos. It follows a woman getting trained to work at Pizza Hut and, well, getting trained by someone else. Yeah, it's not exactly teaching you, it's teaching someone else and you can follow along. Isn't that quirky? This tape might actually also still be copyrighted or played due to the fact when popular YouTuber Salty DK Dan made a video reacting to it, it was taken down by Pizza Hut. Or who knows, maybe Pizza Hut is just really protective of their recipe or whatever the heck fairy dust is. Saying no to strangers, otherwise known as Roscoe's Rules. Yep, this is how we're ending this, the final Stranger Danger video. It's also the oldest one on here, dating back to the early 70s at least. Roscoe's Rules is what I consider the most obscure of these Stranger Danger videos as well. The guy who made this, Sid Davis, also made a few other Stranger Danger videos that I might actually make an entire video about. It follows Roscoe, a drumming toy bear, teaching kids to stay safe while walking home from school. The video doesn't have any dialogue, it's mainly a narrator speaking for what the people on screen would have said. According to the video, Roscoe is a friend of Smokey the Bear, which I don't think they got permission to use that name, but whatever. It also has the funniest advice I've ever heard in any of these videos.
We never get into a car without our parents' permission.
The driver might be a very bad driver.
It quite literally reminds me of an Al TV when Bobby the Inquisitive Boy asks a question and Al puts on a video. It's that bad. Overall, it's pretty average, and honestly, it creeps me out a little bit. And there we have it, that's the whole iceberg. I didn't expect to find that much, honestly, but when I thought of this idea for the first time, all the ideas and videos just started coming in, and I decided I had to do this. I probably could think of more, and if you have any others, leave them in the comments below, and I might do a part 2. But I think I covered most of the ones that I knew of. Anyways, if you finished this, thank you for making it this far in the video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Get a mother and I have free candy and V-Bucks. I don't think so.